Cheyanne, so as a business owner, like as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a someone that you have to go, you're the leader of your team, you have to put everything together. You know, we all have hard days, we have good days, we have bad days, we have the days that we are crying, but we're just crying for ourselves because as a leader, you cannot even show to anyone what the hell you're going through.
True.
Because you need to keep your face, come to work as a strong woman, and it says, you know what, I got this. Like, I need to take care of this. Tell me, how do you go through that? Like, what is your self-talk? How do you talk to yourself? How do you motivate yourself?
You know, I don't know about for you, but I would say 2023 has definitely been turbulent with the economy and business and all of that. So I think the key for me has really just been staying present in the moment and focusing on the day to day, and then thinking, you know, about like the 6-month strategy, sort of getting through the quarter by quarter and the benchmarks of what we want to accomplish. And that has worked the most.
I see.
Yeah.
So focusing in the shorter, not overthinking it is one strategies. And then when you're under so much pressure, what is that voice? How do you talk to yourself?
Yeah. You know, lots of pacing, you know, really trying to like meditate and just stay in the moment. And I work on it every day. You know, it's evolving because patience is not my strongest virtue. I want what I want when I want it. And
yeah, none of us. Like, I mean, like,
yeah, just
is one of the biggest challenges of how to have patience.
Totally. So I really try to practice gratitude and just stay present in the moment and be grateful for how far we've come and where we're going next. But no, it's a challenge every day. It's a challenge, you know? Yeah.
You know, because when I want a young girl, a 20 years old, a 25 years old, a 30 years old, a woman wants to start a business, and as soon as it gets hard, I want them to know we do go through hardship all the time. Like, I remember a couple of days ago, someone texted me and says, Helen, you look so happy, you're living the best life. And I'm like, no. You know, I maintain myself like that, but I go through lots of challenges on daily basis, and some days I'm like, oh my God, like, universe, stop.
Totally.
Like, a stop.
Yeah.
But I still keep going. I said, okay, let me figure out how to solve this. Let me find a way. Now I have problem A and B, C, D. Okay, now they have this, all 4 of them. And I write down about every single one of them. Like, I'm brainstorming. What can I do? Who can I ask? Like, which attorney I can hire? What business developer I can hire? You know, I come with different strategies that to how to deal with my problem. But it doesn't mean that when you own a business or when you got to where you got, now your life is like problem free or hassle free. So
I tell, you know, I have a lot of injector friends too that want to go out on their own. You know, they don't like the current situation that they're in. I'm like, listen, you're gonna have you're gonna have problems. You know, you're gonna trade these for a very different set of problems. Now it's managing people and running a business and hiring attorneys and dealing with accountants and dealing with permits and it's a whole other umbrella.
Yeah.
So it really just depends on what you want to do. You know, do you want to be injector number 403 for the rest of your life, or do you want to sort of take charge and take ownership and do something that's different? I think it's really important. You know, the aesthetic space is booming. You know, everyone wants to look good, even in a disruptive economy, which we're entering right now, or currently in, I should say. Looking good never goes out of style. So I think to sort of differentiate yourself, you really have to know your why. And that, I think, 100% is what set my business apart. There aren't a lot of people that do what we do, and there's certainly a lot of people that do what we do well. And I think we really do excel at it. It's not I don't have a high volume business. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking really to take care of people and want them to look and feel their best and develop lifelong relationships together.
Very nice. I don't think easy to do what you do, because among all these injectors, which I feel like we are living at the time that I feel like at every corner there's a med spa and there is an injector and there is a nurse or there's a doctor, there's someone who is injecting. For you to be number one nationwide, I think that's, you take your job very seriously. So that means you're very, very in love with what you do.
100%. I love what I do. I feel grateful to do what I do every day. And just like with the clientele that I deal with, I say to them, it's like, would you buy your diamonds on Groupon? No, right? So why would you discount your face? The days of like bargaining for Botox pricing and things like that, like I don't do that anymore. That's correct on every corner. Correct. People are paying for my time and my expertise. So it's very different right now, and I'm very grateful for that. I've been doing this for 15 years, so it's taken a long time to get to this point. But I think I truly believe you get what you pay for.
Correct. 100%.
100%. So if someone comes to me and says, oh, well, I can get it for cheap. No one says this to me anymore, but if someone said to me, I can get it for cheaper, I'd be like, great, please go see them.
Yeah. Yes, 100%.
Yeah, thank you, goodbye.
Yeah. Very true. How did you... was it your intention to be the first? Was that a competition in your head to be the best injector, or you naturally went that direction?
I'm super competitive with myself, right? I was valedictorian when I was in school, always had straight A's. So it's in my nature to always be the best. And, that I want to clarify what that means, right? So by being the best, it's having the best understanding of all the innovations and advancements in aesthetic medicine and being able to offer them to my patients in a knowledgeable, academic-based medicine way, if that makes sense.
Yes. This is more about operating your business. How do you choose your battles?
With myself?
Both. Both.
You mean the battles of how we're going to attack the day or what I'm dealing with?
With the battles of the challenges in the work. So when something gets thrown at you, how do you handle the battles? What is the first thing come to your head when you have the daily work, entrepreneurial challenges that you have?
I would say right now that what I'm dealing with is the social, expanding the social media, so that is a whole elephant onto itself, so I'm only on Instagram. I don't have a website. I don't have TikTok. I don't have all those things, but I am venturing into that arena, and it's a whole other world that I'm learning about daily. So hired a team to help me with that.
Nice.
And every day, I learn something new, and I would say it's uncharted territory, and I'm really not comfortable entering into that arena, but I understand if I want the business to grow, it's inevitable, so I'm learning all about, creating different websites and linking things together and how you rank things on SEO and stuff like that. So that is probably the biggest challenge at the moment, and it's a whole other elephant.
Are you uncomfortable?
Totally.
What do you think about when you're uncomfortable, you do the most growth?
I agree with you, and I think it's the time that you're the most creative, when you don't know what to do. I've always been, I think I kind of figured out as I go along. I think anyone with an MBA would be like, you opened a business and you didn't have a business plan. I didn't. I opened my business 2.5 years ago. I had no plan. I had nothing. I just rented the space and said, I'll figure it out. Yeah. And I did. So
very nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. I've never advertised. I've never done anything. So this is a whole new domain, and I realized to grow, and as I expand my team, I do have to advertise because I have to get my team busy.
Yes.
So I'm super uncomfortable. It's unknown. It's uncharted territory, and you can't control the outcome, right? But you can control how you respond to things.
Correct.
So that's sort of how I'm trying to mediate my mindset on the daily.
I find being uncomfortable one of the most. So every time, let's say you want to go to the next level, or expand the horizon of your business, or horizon of how you're thinking, or what are you believing, when you're so uncomfortable, it helps you push, like, to the things that you have never done before. And then when you do the stuff that never have done before, you experience new sets of goal and new sets of experiences.
Totally. Have you ever read a book called The Big Leap?
I downloaded it. I haven't read it yet.
So it talks all about this.
Yeah.
You have to read it. And in short, he basically states how we're all our own limiting.
Oh, hell yeah.
Totally. And we sort of, he calls it the zone of ignorance, the zone of excellence, and our zone of genius. And sort of to get to what you're talking about is, how do we get to our zone of genius, right? We have to take the big leap. And how do you take the big leap? In being uncomfortable. Right.
So you said something very interesting, and I want to ask this question now. For example, when it started with myself, I never knew, or I never planned to be an entrepreneur. I just want to work so hard to save myself, work harder to be a good, I don't know, kid for my parents, a good sister for my sister, a good mom for my kids. So it was that purpose. And then I did more and more because I want to be productive for everybody. And then it got to a point, like after a couple of different businesses, and then when people start calling me entrepreneur, I'm like, oh, okay, like I'm an entrepreneur. So, and then when I heard that, when I got exposed to different sets of vocabulary, and when I entered those direction, my belief system and what I think of myself changed a lot too. And I want to give you an example, because when I thought I just want to save myself, my horizon of how I think or what I can achieve is like this big. Okay. When I'm exposed now to all these different businesses, all this different network, all this different type of women and the business owners, and when I see all these possibilities, now I'm like, I can do that. I can also do this. I can also combine this. I can also hire these people. So it just more and more you're exposed, and you start thinking of yourself through different point of view, and giving yourself more power, and you gain more capability.
100%.
Capability. So how capable you were right at the beginning of your business compared to how capable are you now?
Oh my God, huge change, right? I opened in the middle of COVID, great time to open a business, right? And I had the health department coming after me. It was a disaster, full on disaster. And now, it's definitely evolved. I think, you sort of look back and think, wow, I've accomplished a lot. I think, too, I don't know about you, we don't celebrate the small victories, right? Yeah.
No, it's not enough. It's never enough.
Correct. And I think we should.
I could do better.
That's exactly what
I
think.
I can do better.
I could do better. And I think anytime I sort of go down that spiraling train, I sort of have to look back and say, wow, I should be really proud of what I've accomplished and how far I've come. And then, I'm just like you, there's that innate voice in my head, well, no, I can do it better. And I think, like you, I'm sort of the accidental entrepreneur. I work for a lot of people, difficult personalities in my career, and I never really agreed with the way that they did things. And then I also don't think I believed in myself that I could do it on my own. And then I finally took the big leap, and I did it, not knowing what was going to happen. And it kind of all worked out, you know? Sure, do you want to be better? Like, yeah, always, right? Like, no, I could always do it better. And now I think it's super challenging, because now it's how do I grow but maintain the bespoke quality of what we do? And I think that's the challenge that I'm facing right now, and I don't know the answer to that, but I'm trying to figure that out as the days progress.
Now you work for yourself and you own your own business. Do you see yourself being able to work for someone else?
I think it'd be really hard. I think in like you, we could do whatever we needed to do or had to do. I think it would be very hard, you know, to answer to someone, because I mean, I would have to be someone that's on the same, has the same mindset and the same values that I do. And I think, in my experience in corporate America and in the professional world, is I had worked for people that they don't really support their team or take care of their staff. And I think that's the biggest mistake. I think if you treat the people that work for you well and pay them well, they'll never leave you, you know, and it'll come back to you in the best ways. You know, when I look at one of my mentors, he's a pretty famous plastic surgeon out of Canada. His name is Arthur Swift. His staff has been with him for 30, 40 years.
Wow.
That speaks volumes about him and how he runs his business and how he runs his team, you know? So I think people should look more to that model if they really want to be successful. You know, if you treat people well and you pay them appropriately, it'll just come back to you tenfold.
So true. So true. You know, me myself, I have an experience of the people that I worked, like my managers and executive that I work very close, like I kept the relationship, I was able to keep the relationship with, but the one that I did not have a direct relationship, like usually they come and go, but I see how important it is for that last touch, for that personal, like, you know, the right communication, like spending that time with those people that you love and they love you, they believe in your work, they believe in your path in life, and they want to do everything for your business to grow. So like, as what you were saying, it's very, very important to have those kind of people, and or make sure to have those kind of sets of attitude with your employees to make sure they stay with you.
100%, yeah. It's interesting, since I know your whole focus is on women and women entrepreneurs. I have a friend of mine, and he is a doctor, and he had opened up a clinic, and he just sold his business because he hated managing people, right? So now, right, so he stayed on in the director of innovation role, right? So for him, he wants that 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 lifestyle, or I call them factory workers, right? Like the 9 to 4:59 lifestyle. And no disrespect or no judgment with that, but that's what works well for him. He has young children, and he wants to be at soccer, and he wants to be doing all those things. I would feel like such a failure, you know. I would want to, but again, it's just not, I'm not judging him. It's not.
It's not the judgment, is what you go through as a CEO.
Yeah.
As a CEO, you have to worry about the business 24/7. Always. Even if someone fails, you're picking up.
100%.
Okay, if someone not showing up, you showing up. If everything breaks, you fix.
Yes.
So it's the mentality that we are choosing. It's a different lifestyle that we are choosing. You know, we choose the challenge, but like I choose the challenge and I enjoy life like this. I don't think me personally can work for anyone. I don't think I have that talent.
It would be hard, right?
It will be really, really hard, because I have to do what I believe is right. And then, so I don't like to give answer to anyone. So I don't see that quality in me to be able to, I can collaborate with other businesses. I can partner with other businesses, but I also do need to do it in a way that I think is right, or this is my style of doing it.
I agree. Totally.
You know? But with that comes a bunch of other headaches. But I accepted the headaches. I would rather to go through those headaches than just either, I don't know, marry a rich man or stay at home or work for someone else. I would rather to do this. This is the best headache that I could, you know, find for myself.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Totally.